Ta-da! Okay, so no one's here. Now, my question is, if I click on this, does it end it? Tell me share. All right, helps me share. And let me, all right, so anyway, this is early and I am trying to fix things so that it will work. And we will see if it will work or not, since this is the third time. 3. So now I've had 2, oh, that's not gonna work. I've had 2 Saturdays in a row with all sorts of fun and exciting technical difficulties. Now, the beauty of this live is that I can go back and edit it before it stays up here forever and ever and ever. So, with any luck, I'm still streaming because right now I'm like clicking from one place to another, and don't know. We will see what happens. All right, so it is early. Yes, okay. So I am setting up another reminder. Because technical difficulties. Oh yeah. Calling out to my minions and whatnot, simply for the fact that, yes, we all need some work. Okay. So yeah, I didn't do my hair or face. My poor little lip is it's all very sad because last week, a couple days ago at least, and this is non-alcoholic, by the way. This is just some kombucha. So nobody gets any ideas about drinking on Saturday nights because that's just not what I do. But anywho, I don't know. All right, so yeah, my lips are wrecked because I bit them really hard. That whole thing when you bite and next thing you know, there's blood in your mouth and tears coming down your face and all that fun stuff. So, it is not 9 o'clock yet. I still got 5 minutes. I just want to know if this is working. So I'm going to keep going back to work here. I may need to get rid of the fluffies though. It's one of those things that live streaming is this whole thing where I'm not so excited about watching my own face. All right, so it says there's 2 of you watching. So what I would love you to do is type hi in the chat so I can see how it shows me that someone is here or how it identifies you, I guess. Because again, so can I create a watch party that's not on Facebook? That is another question that I have. So, no, I think that's just if you're watching a video on Facebook, you can then click on watch party. Oh, broken. And not broken. All right. So if I say hi here, look, I'll start. Ready? Hi. All right. Like I said, it's not 9 o'clock yet. I don't have to start yet. What in the world? What is Kim's last name? No, he's cranky. We're not going to go there. I know. All right, so I got one like, but no one said hi yet. It bugs me. It does. It's not. It is what it is. But anyway, all right. 2 minutes. We have 2 minutes and counting. So while I am preparing, that's just not going to work. I wanted to have a whole list for you guys because there's tons of stuff. All right. There are many, many things that will be shared this evening. The thing I wish I could see is it says there's 2 of you watching, but it doesn't tell me who. So if you'd be so kind, just simply type in the live chat area so I can see who is here. Because I almost think that I am watching myself as one of the people that is here, although I did not give myself the thumbs up, so that may not be the case. Oh, now there's 3. All right, so getting closer. But again, I have 2 minutes. I'm going to grab some shortcuts so that I can find them really quick. There is tons of stuff today. However, if you guys are not interactive, then it may not be so long because, of course, I could just sit here and talk to myself, which I'm currently doing and have been doing so for the last 6 minutes. So there's always that. Never put it past me. Oh, my nose. I don't know how to do a comment on YouTube. Hi, Gina. Thanks. Oh, see, I've only been on this side of YouTube Lives. I know when I'm watching a YouTube Live on a computer, there's usually a whole little bunch of stuff and you just put your cursor in there. If you're watching this on a phone, I may not be so great. So, all right. So here's what I'm going to do, I guess, is since Mike and Gina have already responded to me on Facebook, I will just look there for comments here and there. So, all right. 1 minute and counting. Although I suppose I have to keep refreshing my Facebook so that I know what the most current thing is. So I will look up how to comment on YouTube Live going forward. Hold on, wait a second. How to comment on YouTube. There's always a way. How to comment on YouTube Live videos. Ready? Ready for this? This one is how long? 4 minutes. 1 minute. All right. Now this dude's got down to 1 minute and 45 seconds. So we'll try his. Let's see if it's any good. Can I?
First is we turn it down a tab so everybody can hear. We have people every week having problems with commenting on the actual chat. What's happening is y'all on y'all's smartphones and y'all on the YouTube.
All right. So I don't think that's actually going to help because he's talking about smartphones and stuff. Oh, the question is, do I just fail at YouTube Live in general? But I do. All right. Here we go. It is officially 9 o'clock. I'm officially going to get started. It'll all work its way out. I figure worst case scenario, I put the replay up on Facebook and then you all can comment there. Simply because that's just sort of how I'm going to roll with this for right now. So, welcome to my messy bedroom. No, this is my office, not my bedroom. Normally you guys get to see the wall, which doesn't have quite as much stuff in it. I've been cleaning. I've been organizing. Hasn't everyone been cleaning and organizing right now? Or at least it seems as though everyone has been cleaning and organizing. So here's the deal. Stress. There have been a lot of comments and there has been a lot of conversation about our current state of affairs and how challenging our current situation is. And it is all of that. It is challenging. It is scary. We do not like the unknown. The unknown is not our friend. We are not thrilled with it in any way, shape, or form. And it makes most of us uneasy. So today, well, this week has been pretty amazing. So we're in week 3. This was our third week. See, this is the time lapse thing, right? I think this was week 3 of homeschooling. And I think we finally hit our stride here in the Cheney household. And So on Thursday was a pretty good day. It was their last day of school because they're actually on vacation now. And then yesterday I got a bunch of stuff done, doing a whole lot of training online and getting caught up with stuff in here. And as I look at my background, I realize there's little things that I need to do. Like right now, I look over my shoulder and I see my cabinet. It's all open and everything else. Now, ready? Here is one simple trick. Close the doors. It's not out of sight, out of mind, but it has a little bit less clutter if I simply close the doors. Now, okay, great, Brooke, what does that have to do with Suicide Prevention Saturday? Well, the reality of it is sometimes we have to realize what we need to let go of. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of posts out there saying, what do you miss about your old life? Versus asking, what great things have you learned about your current lifestyle? I was just talking to a neighbor and we were discussing the amount of time. Like she used to have a schedule where Zumba on this night, bowling on that night, so on and so forth. And so every night had a thing. And in our household, same thing. It's like we had Tai Chi on one night, karate another night, Boy Scouts on another night. I have a class that I take on another night. So like there's at least 4 nights out of 7. Yeah, 7. Well, you know, I always tell my students, counting is not what you pay me for. So out of 7 that we have something. And this is why we're sort of losing track of time, is simply because we have all those markers. So now all those markers are gone. Anything that was a just because is no longer part of what we do on a weekly basis. I don't know about you, but one of my things I've noticed is my daily habits are better. Now, I was looking for a link, and I'm hoping that this will show up for you guys. Give me just 1 second. Because again, I had all these ideas that I was going to be perfectly prepared for you, which I do. I have a bunch of stuff we're going to talk about. And one of the things I'm going to talk about is learning and continuing to learn over and over and over and more and more and more. So I need to get this. Hold on. Oh, I'm in the wrong. Hold. That's, yeah, I got stuff. I'm not in my Red account, so I have to watch through a video. So anyway, every day is a little bit better. Now, the video I'm about to share with you is from this guy, Ed Milet, who is someone who is a new influencer in my life. He's been around forever. And this sort of got me into the idea that, oh, there it is. Sorry. That where does all my information come from? Where do I come from? Who are the influencers in my life? So this video I'm going to share with you, because you guys can watch it another time, because I'm hoping that you guys can just click on that. And it talks about getting up every morning, getting dressed as if you're actually going out to see people, as if you're going to go to the doctor's office, as if you're going to go to work, all of those things, because that mentally makes a huge difference. Because it's so easy to stay in your pajamas. It is so easy not to take that shower first thing in the morning. But it makes such a big difference for you to keep up with that. And let's say you haven't been doing that on a regular basis, then get back to it. So Ed Milet, which is the one I just shared with you, talks about that, the importance of mindset. Oh, now there's a chat window. So did I have to say something first? I don't know. But thank you, Gina. I appreciate that. So I started going backwards in my life. Gina actually is one of the ladies I was just researching the other day. It was one of my Fabulous Friday things that I got done yesterday, was putting together a whole list of women that I know through the DC project. And I started that, how do I know the people that I know? How am I influenced by the amazing people that I'm learning from? And this is all free stuff. You guys have all the time. Well, not all. Many people have too much time on their hands right now, and they're throwing pity parties feeling sorry for themselves, saying, woe is me, versus actually kombucha. It's actually a friend of mine's kombucha recipe that he makes in small batches and shares with some of us. So neither. And so what do you need to do? People have lost their jobs. People don't have anywhere to go. People are losing my brains. Yeah, I am sure, even though I can't speak. And what makes a person better and whole? So here's Brooke Cheney's opinion, because like I keep telling everyone, I am not a counselor. I've just seen lots of them. Is that you need to keep your mind, your body, and your soul empowered. And the way that you need to do that is by doing things that are right for you. My goal tonight and my inspiration for this evening is to share with you my journey from little child to where I am now. Like I said, it's going to be a little more than 15 minutes, but hang in there with me. I know you can, go back and watch this, but I did a timeline of where was I at 8 years old versus 20 years old. And this year I am turning 50 years old. And just some of the things that I've fed my brain over the years that I truly believe are part of what have helped me be who I am. I am not perfect. I am not, I don't know. I am perfectly imperfect, just like everyone else who is watching this right now. All of us are perfectly imperfect. If we were all perfect, it'd be a very boring life, and it would be sad. So here we go. Are you ready? As a child, The Black Stallion and all the books that went along with that. The Chronicles of Narnia and all the books that went along with that. Well, that is the Chronicles of Narnia. But The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe was probably one of the first books that I read. I went to Sunday school. My grandparents took me to church. So my mind and my soul were being groomed. And my mind was being fed. When I was 8 years old, I lived with my cousins. And we literally would go out and hug trees and thank them for, before we'd cut them down, for the heat that they were going to provide us for the wintertime. So at 8 years old, I was with family who was teaching me gratitude practices as an 8-year-old kid. And of course, as an 8-year-old kid, you don't realize that's what's happening. But looking back, just like on everything that's going to happen over the next couple months or years to come, over how we dealt with COVID and that sort of stuff, people look back and be like, oh, yeah. So gratitude was something I was taught early on in life. And it was by the simplicity of hugging a tree before cutting it down and just having that thankful gratitude that this tree was providing to us was going to keep us warm through the winter. And because of that gratitude, it makes you wonder about the universe. It's like some people are like, you hug trees? Like literally? I thought that was just a term, tree hugger, right? Well, yeah, some people think that, but as an actual tree hugger. So I also learned about meditation at 8 years old in 3rd grade. It was, we would actually meditate and learn how to quiet our minds. And we only lived there for a year, but just those 2 lessons alone at that young age, and the importance of family, sticking up with family, also super important. So that's where I started. Then we moved, and we were in a house with other family, my grandmother, my uncles. We had boarders, all sorts of crazy house. And that's where I started reading. It was a big enough house I could just go in my room, hide, and read The Black Stallion or The Chronicles of Narnia. And meditation wasn't necessarily part of the life. However, it's still important to know about. Because then, sorry, I got a whole list I'm actually going to go through. That's I'm like, yeah, it's going to be more than 15 minutes. Then in high school. Now, this is where I was training for the soccer. I was a soccer goalie, got to go to England. I was training for the Olympic ski team for freestyle skiing. And I was the MVP on our junior varsity teams and stuff like that for various things. But that is where I also read these two books. So, actually, no. So this was high school. Maybe college, actually, now that I think about it. But The Greatest Salesman in the World by Mandino doesn't really have a lot to do with salesmen, but it kind of does, because it teaches you about selling yourself good habits. And within here, there's a secret. And you really should find out what the secret is. But I know you're not gonna. So, well, you might. I think you should, for real. One of my friends, Becky, and I had a deal where I was supposed to read this to her every night, because one of the secrets that's within here is habits. And in the morning, you read something in here. At lunchtime, you read something in here. And then at night, you read the same thing. And they are scrolls. And what they do is they talk about habits. And yes, I think I might just read you a little bit. So, chapter 8, the scroll marked 1. Now, I highly suggest you actually go out and read this. But here's the kind of stuff that I was feeding my brain as I was dealing with depression. This is after I had gone and been in, what do you call it? In a psych ward, all that fun stuff. So the scroll marked 1. Today I begin a new life. Today I shed my old skin, which hath too long suffered the bruises of failure and the wounds of mediocrity. Today I am born anew with my birthplace. And my birthplace is a vineyard where there is fruit for all. Today I will pluck the wisdom from the tallest and fullest vines of the vineyard. For these were planted by the wisest of my profession who have come before me, generation upon generation. Today I will savor this taste of grapes from these vines, and verily I will swallow the seeds of success. Buried in each new life will sprout within me. It goes on, but I just want you to hear the repetition of today I will, today I will, today I will. When you are suffering from depression, you have to keep reminding yourself that today I can, today I will, today I must. And I think that is one of the reasons why this was so helpful. Now, Bruce Lee. So this was definitely college. I got this after I saw the Bruce Lee movie. So y'all can watch the movie. That is, this book gets written during his movie. The Life, what's it called? Enter Dragon, maybe? No, I think that was what it, but anyway, The Life of Bruce Lee, whatever that movie was called. I bought this after that came out. And like I said, that was pretty sure college years. So why is this important? This is important because of all the things I read in here. It's the philosophy. The idea that the strongest thing in the world is water because it flows. And yet it can take down mountains. It can carve a Grand Canyon. It can freeze and move mountains, and yet it just flows, and it is soft, and it runs around, and it's consistent. So in this time of concern and worry, something like this. Now, is this going to be your book? No, not necessarily. This may not be the thing that helps you find that way, your path, because actually, so another one of the things that does get pointed out in here is that there is no hard and fast way. The way that works for me is not going to be the exact same way that works for you. Like all the amazing teachers I've had in my life, they will tell you the same thing that I will tell you right now and right here. Take what works for you. Leave the rest behind. Because just because it works for me doesn't mean it's for you. So that is one of his teachings as well. All right. So I'm going down my little line here of how I found things. Oh yeah, let's not forget the heart, mind, and soul. Hey, Ami. Yes, I am staying COVID free. We are very much doing the nobody's coming over. We're serving to go tomorrow for the Easter dinner. But thank you for coming over and finding me. So body, mind, and soul. And one of the things I forgot, it's over here. My grandparents took me to church, and very cool. And I became a high school teacher. There we go. I became a Sunday school teacher also when I was in high school. And it taught me all the stuff that I didn't know about the Bible. And the reason I'm holding two of these up is because one is a 1-year Bible, and another one is just a study Bible. And if you are a Christian, read these books. If you are not a Christian, guess what? Read these books. Because whether or not you believe in God or Jesus Christ or whatever, these books have pretty amazing stories in them. They're the most read books in the entire world and most publicized in as many languages as you can think of, because that's what Christians do. And there's life lessons in here, whether it's a psalm or a parable. And just to give you an idea, one of the cool things about having a 1-year Bible is you can just pick it up and pick the day. So what are we on? See, like I'm in front of my computer, so I can actually pick a day. So we are on April 11th. So for April 11th, it brings you to, that's 10, and Bibles always have such skinny things. Samuel 9, 1 through 27. And so I could just read April 11th, and then I could do Samuel and Samuel's farewell, and then you get to April 12th. So if you've never read the Bible before, they're actually pretty cool. Like I said, when my nephew was over in Afghanistan, I sent him one. I said, here, it's got everything: murder, betrayal, wars, love affairs, life to live by, all sorts of craziness. So, and if you're not a Christian, I'm not judging. I'm just saying the Bible is a really useful tool for lots of things. And a learning Bible will actually, you can say, all right, what about love? What about relationships? What about this? What about that? And even if it's not something you subscribe to, it just gives you more information, something more to learn on. All right, are you ready? There's more. This is like the longest ShamWow commercial ever, but it's the Brooke Cheney commercial. Because I want you guys to walk away with whatever and any resources that may or may not be helpful to you, but hopefully there will be something. All right, next, we got out of college, got our first jobs. And my husband and I started going to see Tony Robbins. And there is a guy, for sure. Hold on. And, oh my goodness. Oh, sorry. So TonyRobbins.com. You could go there. Or go to Tony Robbins. And on YouTube, since you're already on YouTube, that was part of my reason why I wanted to bring you guys over here, is because it was easier for me to cut and paste from here. Or at least that's what I was thinking. Apparently I'm a big fat liar. But anywho, I am subscribed to his page. I'm going to give you the link because the first expensive present my husband ever got me was 30 days. It was 30 days to personal power. And it was like a $295 CD set at the time. And for college kids, that was crazy expensive. But again, it's back to building your daily habits. Every day, feeding yourself something good, feeding yourself something positive, making sure that you have good words running through your brain, that you have healthy foods running through your brain. And if you're just joining me, it's kombucha. It is not beer. It is not wine. Kombucha is good for you. It's got probiotics and all that fun stuff. So body, that would be probiotics and yummy things like that. All right. So from Tony Robbins, new habits, new habits, new habits. Pay attention to the words that are being played in your brain, because you talk to yourself the most out of everyone. And you need to make sure that the words that you are saying to yourself are the ones that uplift you. I think that my favorite thing that has happened as of late was someone said, imagine for a moment you are 5 years old. And for me, you're a little girl. And how do you speak to that 5-year-old little girl? And do you tell her that she's a loser? Do you tell her that she's horrible? Do you tell her that she's stupid? Do you tell her she's not enough? I really, really hope the answer is no. And the whole purpose is try to remember to talk to yourself like you're someone that you actually like. That is also another quote that I've heard from Jordan Peterson, who some people love him, some people hate him. I enjoy most of his stuff. He is actually going through lots of hard times right now. But he's got years of information on YouTube that's actually very interesting. Now, funny thing, I should tell you to read the Bible, because unfortunately, not fortunately, but so the first link I found for him is the one where he kind of goes through the Bible and talks about the world and the Bible and everything. He's a teacher, professor in Canada. So, anywho, next, going back to body. Ready? High school, no, not so well. High school, I trained like crazy because I was trying to get into the Olympics, and I was a soccer player and a skier and all that fun stuff. When we got into our 20s, we started training, learning things from people like Dan Duchesne and who else? Alan Cosgrove is actually who I wrote down here because we had coaching with him, and you can look him up. He's super famous now. But stuff like this, stretching. Right now, if you're home all the time, you need to figure out something that you will like. Now, the kids and I are doing a plank challenge. It starts out 20 seconds, we went to 30 seconds. We're supposedly on 50 seconds this week. And it's supposed to be every day. We're not doing it every day, but we're still doing it more than we were. So keep your body doing stuff, right? Get up, shower, get dressed as if you're going to work, regardless of where your work is, because no one's going to work in pajamas. And unless you're Susan, because she has a clown outfit, but that's a little different. So anyway, learn something you haven't learned yet. Do you wish that you did better in Spanish when you were in high school? Go ahead, take a free course. There are plenty out there. All right, now, more cool people that have influenced my life. Trying to think. There's an easy way to find this, but once my kids were born, 2006, 2007, I got into competition shooting. And one of the ladies I was lucky enough to learn from is Kay Micklick. And I did a timeline. I think that's around 2008 or 2009. Or maybe 2008, 2009. I actually got to work with her. And I'm still remembering that lesson. So this is why continue to learn, continue to learn, continue to learn. Just like you guys know, I got educated about athletics in high school. I got educated about gratitude as a little kid, and how like the universe is just all connected. No matter what your belief system is, it just is. How important gratitude is. And I know gratitude is going to be hard to come by for some folks right now, and I get that. And that's why you pick up the phone, call 211, reach out, whatever you need to do. And then I just keep learning. I started my shooting school here. I started doing marketing training with Billy Gina's marketing. And he has tons of free stuff. So maybe you, in your stress right now, either need to or know someone who needs to start their own business. And this is just a great time for you to do that and check out his stuff and figure out if this is your cup of tea, because it may not be in any way, shape, or form. And I don't know. Now, I will warn you before I post up this, that he's got a mouth on him. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's not always, but often. I can't listen to him when my children are in the room. So again, one size never fits all. Take what serves you, leave the rest behind. Now, continuing education. Why? Because one person exposes you to another, which exposes you to another, which exposes you to another. As your brain grows, there's less dead ends in your face, in your brain, that won't allow you to get stuck. And depression, anxiety often are those little hamster wheels that we get stuck in. Oh my God, everything sucks. And I can't jump off the hamster wheel. Well, if I've got a shiny little ball over here to play with, I've got a pen over here, I've got journals. Oh yeah, don't forget to write journals. Here's the deal. I've got journals. I'll even give away a journal. If somebody wants a journal, you can't afford it right now, but they want to start journaling, I will totally send you one of these journals. Because writing stuff down makes a difference. Starting it as a gratitude journal. Every morning or every night, write down 1 to 5 things of what you're grateful for that day. You were fed, you had clothes, there was heat, all that sort of stuff. So that's a gray one. Then your white one could be your new life plan. What are you looking forward to? What are you looking to learn? What do you need to get done? There's videos that go with these journals, because these are special fancy Dean Graziosi journals, which brings me back to the learning. So through Billie Jean, who I just put you up, I met another inspirational dude who I posted up at the beginning, Ed Milet. And he's got really cool guests, and they're in lots of different niches. And the more you learn, the more your brain can expand. And you're not going to agree with everything I say any more than you're going to agree with any of the other people that I posted up here today. The idea is learn somebody else's attitude, learn how someone else got to where you want to be, look to the people who you want to be like, and hang out with more people like that. Let's see. What did my friend just tell me? She said she had a conversation where she said, you can't have butterfly conversations with caterpillars. At least I think that was her quote. And the idea is simply this. You need to keep finding people who are at the next level and the next level and the next level. You're not stuck anywhere. No matter where you are, you're already ahead of someone else. No matter where you are, there's always somebody above you as well who's ahead of where you're at. So there are people that are looking up to you for guidance. I know you may not think that, because I know I have a hard time with that sometimes. But at the same time, there's these people that I'm looking up to for various things. And then there's other people that they're looking up to for various things. And just know we are all a resource for someone. Help someone out. Start with yourself. Take care of you. And find stuff that works for you. You got time to surf. You got time to exercise. You got time to revamp your dietary needs. I know that's one of the things I'm working on. And I think that's it. I know it's only half an hour versus 30 to 15 minutes. But I hope I get my point across. I wanted you guys to have lots of different ideas. And all I want to do is share from my heart where I found lots of these things. Because whether it's literally hugging trees and being thankful for the warmth of wood, whether it's learning how to take care of your body, even if you don't all the time, because, that body that I had in high school is not this, but that's okay, because A, I have the knowledge, B, I just need to have the determination. And it brings me back to another conversation I had today, which is people who want to lose weight struggle and fail often, because they're looking at what they don't have versus getting inspired and understanding why they want to make their change. Find your why, make it strong, understand that you can ask your question. The question you want to start for anything, including your day possibly, is how do I do this, whatever this is for you, and how do I enjoy the journey? Because as long as you put good questions in, you will get better answers out. And I will end with, I know it's hard. And I give you the story of my little sister getting killed in a car accident because she was a senior in college, and it was 12 years ago and going on 13 years ago. And the police officer came to my door and I argued with him. I'm like, no, you must have a mistake. My sister's in college in Rhode Island. She's not here in Connecticut. And he pulled out her license and he showed it to me, and it was really her. At which point I'm like, okay. And, the cop was, saw the look of distress. And he's like, where's your mom? And so I told him where my mom was. And they sent a cop to go get my mom. And it's a beautiful fall day. The sun is out. There's little white puffy clouds in the sky. It was just before Halloween. And my mom gets home. And I'm still outside. I'm not quite sure how much time passed because, when you're in shock, these things, you don't know. So when my sister was pronounced dead at our house, and my mom and I got together, we held each other's hands. We're on the front porch, and we agreed we would ask what's good about this. So I'm imploring you that in this time of stress, that you can always ask what's good about this. It may not be easy. You may not get the answers right away. However, you can always ask the question because we already know what sucks. So that's the end of my Suicide Prevention Saturday tonight. Thank you all for sticking in with me. I will be editing this down to shorter than 42 minutes before I repost it up, or at least I think I will. So thanks for checking out my YouTube channel. If you have not already liked my channel, please do. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers because I need to do something with the ads. So hope that all helped. Suicide Prevention Saturday, because suicide sucks. 2 out of every 3 gun deaths are suicides. And if we stop those 2, imagine all the rest of them that we could help impact in a positive way as well. Thanks for joining me, and good night, everybody.